What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to episode 1 of season 4 of the Liverpool Career Mode Show. I can't be more excited for the new season. Leave your comments right now. Which player or which players should we sign in the summer transfer window? Which players should we sell? I transfer listed, you know, Timo Werner and Philippe Coutinho. Those were the two most popular players, but I'm pretty open. I think pretty open to new suggestions. I think I could sign some regen players. For example, this is the David Villa, the regen, who is playing in the MLS for Real Salt Lake, and this is the Fernando Torres regen. They are very low rated at the moment, but I'm just keeping an eye on them. And of course Pulisic goes to Chelsea in the summer, so I don't think I will sign Pulisic anymore because he will play in real life for a rival club. Guys, if you are excited for the new season, let's get this video to 200 likes, and also let me know what kind of fan challenges should I do. And talking about fan challenges, here it is, the end of season 3, the fan challenges. We completed 3 fan challenges out of 5, which I think is a pretty decent return. We scored 155 goals in 66 games, which is a brilliant goal return. That is about 2.5 goals per game. Just to compare, like the season before this one, we only scored 139 goals, but with 6 fewer games. Still, that's a much lower goal return. And also Mohamed Salah hit 25 goals, which I still feel is a really good number. I wanted to show you the top scorers of the squad, and also we completed the fan challenge of winning 4 trophies. So let me know guys, should we make it maybe a big challenge to try to win 5 trophies in the new season, including the Community Shield, the European Super Cup final. So we won the Premier League, the Champions League, the Community Shield final and the European Super Cup final, but we failed to win the FA Cup or the League Cup for 2 seasons in a row now, even though in season 1 we won both the FA Cup and the League Cup. So here are the top scorers for Liverpool. Salah ended up with 25 goals, and I think Salah should have hit 30 goals if he didn't get the injury which ruled him out for 2 months. And also Mane got injured just before the Champions League final, which is really unlucky, but still Mane scoring 17 goals is also a really good return. Vinicius Junior and Firmino scored 15 goals each. And the player that you guys want me to sell the most is actually Rabiot. 60% of you guys said that I should sell Rabiot, who is a really good player, but I never really got to like him that much because he is a little bit of an all-round, a jack of all trades if you like. He doesn't really stand out in one area. And I also transfer listed Xherdan Shaqiri and Benjamin Pavard, who also didn't really play a lot of games. And I'm not sure, should I sell Matip or Pavard? That's the big question. I might sell both and actually bring in a brand new centre-back. What do you think about that? And we got 19 million pounds for winning the Champions League, and we already have transfer offers. For example, Xherdan Shaqiri, Sevilla offered a really good amount. Like, Shaqiri's value is 17 million. The game is saying that the maximum I could ask for Shaqiri is 22.8 million. So let's negotiate and let's try and get something like 22 million for Shaqiri, but I would be just happy with this 20 million. I don't really need the money. Don't get me wrong, I love Shaqiri. In real life he's one of my favorite players, but in FIFA his finishing is only 71. So let's try for 22.5 million. I think maybe they will accept it. No, they won't. Okay, let's do... I don't really want to lose out on this deal. Let's do 21 million. What do you say, Sevilla? 21 million for Xherdan Shaqiri. You offered 19.7. Okay, they accepted it. So 21 million is the transfer fee that we sell Xherdan Shaqiri for. That is a really good deal in my opinion. Now we shall just wait and see whether Shaqiri accepts a contract or not. And I'm really not too sure what to do with Benjamin Pavard. At one point Pavard was linked with Liverpool, but now that he's going to Bayern Munich, I think I just might sell him and let's bring in another player. player, somebody who is similar to Pavard, because I didn't really get to like him that much, Benjamin Pavard. And Simeone is the Atletico manager still. We just beat you in the Champions League final, so this is a pretty awkward conversation. And the game said that I could ask for 50 million. You know what, let's not go there, but let's try for 45 million. And we already have an insane amount of money. Oh wow. Oh wow, they actually said yes to 45 million for Benjamin Pavard, who didn't really play that many games. So I also transfer listed Joao Matip. So I really like Matip. The reason why I'm selling him is I want to give a fresh new feel to this career mode. So I want to move on quite a lot of players in the summer transfer window and bring in new talents, new players that you guys will be excited to see, to watch in this Liverpool career mode. Because if we keep the same players every season, I think the career mode will get a little bit more boring. So I just want to freshen it up. Nothing against Joao Matip, who is still a brilliant player, and he could go to Real Madrid. The maximum that I can ask is 18.9 million. Let's negotiate with Real Madrid. So 18.5 million pounds is my, asking price. Let's see whether Real Madrid will match that. Okay, 17.2. Okay, we are getting closer. Let's do 18.2. Come on, Real Madrid manager, who is not even the Real Madrid manager in real life. Okay, he said yes. So Matip could go to Real Madrid and Pavard could go to Atletico Madrid. So former teammates could face off against each other in the next season in Spain. That is very, very interesting. This is beautiful sight. Andrew Robertson picks up the May Player of the Month, and he had a stellar season, not just for May, but he had a really, really good season, Robertson. And I can't get bored of this, that Liverpool won the Champions League 2 seasons in a row now. Oh wow, this is interesting. So Pavard is sold to Atletico for 45 million, which is good, but Shaqiri's transfer talks have broken down. So that means that Shaqiri is not going to Sevilla. Maybe he will reject other offers and we will get to keep Shaqiri. And Matip is also sold to Real Madrid for 18.2 million pounds. Really good deal in my opinion. Because Matip will get to play at Real Madrid, which is, I guess, a dream for every footballer. And these guys will have a big part to play next season. That is also one of the reasons why I want to sell some of my players, so we can get Woodburn, Kent and Harry Wilson more playing time. What on earth? Come on EA, fix your game. Man United would never offer money for any of our players, because Man United must know that we won't sell Rabiot, who is one of the best midfielders in the world. We won't sell them to Man United. I'm sorry, I know that 74 million is a good offer, but I just can't bring myself to strengthen one of our direct rivals. So before we officially end season 3 and progress to next season, I just wanted to run you through the season, how it panned out. So we won the Premier League by 5 points ahead of Man City, Tottenham and Manchester United. Everton got relegated. That's the biggest shock of the season in my opinion, alongside Southampton and Cardiff. And we won the Community Shield final against Chelsea 1-0, which was really good to start the season. In the FA Cup, again, just like in season 2, we went out in the 6th round, this time against Wolves, and Man United went on to win the FA Cup, which I'm a little bit salty about, because I really don't like my rivals of winning any trophies. And Chelsea won the League Cup final. Oh man, I'm still having heart palpitations just thinking about this game. 5-4. If you haven't seen that, make sure to watch that League Cup final, because it was an epic game, decided in the final minutes by Gerard Piqué. Can you believe that? But still, we did well to get to the League Cup final with most of our second string side, and we got an almighty scare in the semi-final from Newcastle. We won the UEFA Super Cup against Manchester United. So Man United last season won the Europa League, this season they won the FA Cup. So they did almost like what they did in real life under Jose Mourinho, and this is the biggest one, I think, apart from the Premier League title, winning the Champions League against Atletico Madrid in a very, very good cup final, let me say that. And the semi-finals were also epic. We knocked out Barcelona, Tottenham and Juventus on our way to the final. The Europa League was won by Valencia. They beat Inter in the final, in the semi-finals. Inter and Valencia played Leipzig and Lyon. And interestingly, Milan went to the quarterfinals, and Inter who won the Champions League in season 1 in this career mode, they almost won the Europa League 2 seasons after that, but they lost to Valencia in the final. Chelsea couldn't beat Leipzig in the round of 16, and Everton couldn't beat Milan, and Fulham, I'm not sure how they ended up in the Europa League, but Fulham actually went to the round of 16 in the Europa League, which is really, really impressive stuff. So we already saw the Premier League top scorers. I just wanted to run you through the other competitions' top scorers. So the FA Cup top scorer was Lautaro Martinez of Watford and Anthony Martial of Manchester United. Mane got 3 goals in the FA Cup, but we rotated the team quite a bit, and Mane got 2 assists in the FA Cup as well. So Mane did a lot in the FA Cup. The Carabao Cup, most assists, Woodburn. That is impressive. I mean, I checked Woodburn's stats and he has 2 goals and 6 assists in just 5 games. I'm not sure how he did that. Eden Hazard ended up as the top scorer in the League Cup, and Chelsea won the League Cup in the end by beating us in the final. They scored quite a lot of goals. As you can see, a lot of Chelsea players in the top scorers chart. Suarez ended up with 2 goals as our top scorer, but we shared the goals around. The UEFA Super Cup, yeah, it was just 1 game. So the Champions League top scorer award, I'm a little bit salty that Salah got injured before, I think, the semi-finals. So he could have had 3 more games to actually score just 1 more goal, and then he would have ended up as the joint top scorer, or even the outright top scorer of the Champions League. It wasn't to be, and Immobile and Fortunis got the top scorer award, and Atletico Madrid striker Belotti, I think he scored in the final if I remember correctly. He finished in 3rd place. So Salah was our top scorer, but Firmino and Fekir and also Vinicius Jr. got 4 goals each, which is really good. And Tierney, amazingly, Tierney had the most assists in the Champions League alongside Sabitzer and Miranchuk, because I played Tierney in the Champions League. I like to rotate my team, and for some reason Tierney always played the Champions League games. Ter Stegen and Oblak with the most clean sheets in the competition. And let's check out the Europa League top scorers. Perisic and Icardi with 9 and 7 goals, but Ryan Sessegnon, the young talent of Fulham, getting 8 goals in the Europa League, sorry. And I'm tempted to sign Ryan Sessegnon. Let me know, should I do it? And should he be our next left back? I'm not sure. He is such a good player that he would be wasted as a left back, and we don't really need a left winger because we are just about to sign Timo Werner. But yeah, maybe in 1 or 2 seasons I will sign Ryan Sessegnon. Let's just keep an eye on him. And here are the assist charts and the clean sheets. So this year I decided not to be a manager of any of the big teams. Well, actually no really big teams so far offered me a job, so I turned them all down, and France and Brazil went through from this group, and in this one, amazingly, Spain crashed out. So England and Cameroon go through. So instead of a Spain-Brazil semi-final, it's a Cameroon-Brazil semi-final, and France-England as well. How on earth did Cameroon get through? I mean, Cameroon beating Spain and getting a draw against England is really like shocking stuff, impressive. The player of the season, I think, is Mohamed Salah with 25 goals and 12 assists. If you add that up, that's 37 goals contributed in just 52 games. Really incredible stuff. Mane was second, Vinicius Jr. with third, and Vinicius actually also got a lot of assists. I think he got the most assists for us, Vinicius Jr., with his incredible pace, bombing up and down the wing. So Vinicius, after ending up as the top scorer last season, this season he ends up in a third place in the top scorers chart. Firmino, Fekir, Naby Keita, Luis Suarez, all with double figures, 10 goals or more. And Maddison, I think, scored 6 goals for Leicester and 4 goals for us. But next season, Maddison will play a bigger part, in my opinion. He just got an injury after like 2 games. I'm still not sure whether to sell this guy or not, because he's such an inconsistent player. I mean, he really should have scored more than 8 goals. But scoring a hat-trick in the Champions League final, just became a Liverpool hero, a Liverpool legend by doing that. So I'm not sure. I might be tempted to give him one more season. And the championship ended up like this. Swansea couldn't get promoted, or maybe they won the playoff. We can't really check that, which is really annoying. Wolves and Stoke City with winning the championship. Wolves and Stoke getting second, so they are 100% promoted. And I want Swansea to get promoted, but that's just my wish. And check this out, Monaco won the French league by just 1 point. Really incredible stuff. Like Paris Saint-Germain normally just walks the French league, but this time, no. The Bundesliga was won by Bayern Munich as usual, and incredibly Dortmund didn't qualify for the Champions League, so they won't be in the competition next season. This is the most incredible end to a league season. Juventus and Napoli ended up on the same amount of points, and Inter just 3 points behind them. So the title race must have been insane. The Eredivisie was won by PSV, Ajax finished second, and Feyenoord only in 6th place. The Scottish Premier League was won by Celtic, which is no surprise. What is a surprise is that Rangers only finished in 6th place. And this time it's Real Madrid who won the Spanish league title, but only by just 4 points. Atletico Madrid finished 3rd, Villarreal finished 4th, Valencia couldn't get to the Champions League, but Valencia liked the Europa League. They just won the Europa League, so they can try again next season. And the Turkish league was won by Beşiktaş ahead of Fenerbahçe and Galatasaray, so no surprises there. So we completed almost all of the objectives except the Youth Academy objective, because all my Youth Academy players who I promoted are out on loan, so they can get valuable experience. And yeah, we only didn't complete the domestic success objective of winning the FA Cup, so that is unlucky, but we won the Champions League and we won the Premier League title. Here we go, guys! The board has reviewed my season and they are saying the board could not be happier with my performance so far, and they are saying we would be delighted to have you stay at the club next season, and I will be staying because I'm a Liverpool fan through and through. And first, let's check out the season objectives. So they want me to win everything just as usual, and wow, we have some interesting Youth Academy developments. So they want me to sign at least 2 players who are younger than 20 years old and with potential greater than the average overall rating of players currently in the same position. They want me to earn a lot of media earnings, like 334 million in 3 seasons. I think we will do that. And we already know what we are capable of, so we don't really need the pre-season tournament. I want to go straight into the season, and if I want to try out some young players, I will do that in the League Cup. So we don't really want to bore you guys with the pre-season tournament. Both Pavard and Matip have been sold So we lost 2 centre-backs. And after thinking long and hard about what would make this career mode a lot more fun for you guys to watch and for me to play as well, I decided to move on quite a lot of players. I'm a little bit undecided whether we should move on Nabil Fekir, but we will definitely move on Rabiot, and also I decided to sell Jadon Sancho and Luis Suarez. And the reason why is because the biggest mission was for Suarez to win the Premier League and the Champions League with Liverpool. He came in, he has done that, he contributed with 10 goals, so hats off to Suarez, but now his stats will go down rapidly, and if we want to get any money for him, we need to act quick. Jadon Sancho, even though he scored a magnificent hat-trick in the Champions League final, I'm afraid that other than that one game, he only scored 5 goals in 33 games, which is still not a good enough number. And also, him not having a game face is really off-putting for me, so I decided to move him on, to put him on the transfer list. And also we put Xherdan Shaqiri on the transfer list earlier as well. And Dominic Solanke is a good player, but Liverpool sold him in real life, so that's why I decided to sell him, so he's on the transfer list, as you can see. So these are the players that I transfer listed. I will wrap up the episode here. Really hope that you enjoyed it. Have a nice day, guys. See you later. Goodbye.